Hey gang, it's Dr. Mark here, and I'm excited to welcome you to your Wellness Report. Now I know most of you know that I've been doing this for 22 years now, and some of you watching this are maybe just barely a year into this thing. And others of you I know have been coming for 2 years, 5 years, some of you 20 years or more. And I want to start out by asking you all the very same question. Why are you here? Why are you here? I mean, not just why did you first come in, but even more importantly, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years later for some of you, why are you still coming here? See, to me, this report is not so much about what we need to do next for your chiropractic visits or next year. I mean, that's a small part of it. But the way I see this report, it's really about your health for the rest of your life. You see, for most of you, you first came in here with something, an ache, a pain, or a symptom. Pretty simple, something wasn't right and you were in pain. Maybe you had lower back pain or neck pain or headaches or sciatica. Maybe it was numbness or tingling or weakness in your hands or your feet or your toes. Whatever symptoms you had, things weren't right and you knew it. And in the months or years that have passed, one of two things have happened. One, things feel better. Great. Two, there's maybe still some aches or pains. And some of that you got to understand depends on not just where things were when you started, but also what's your life like in between your visits. But if it's really just symptoms why you're here, and either they're better or maybe there's still some there, my question to you is this: why are you still here? Why are you still here? Understand this, the last thing that I want you to do is just to continue your chiropractic care just because I think it's a good idea for you, or because I tell you to. I won't. If that's really what it's all about, then I'd say don't do it. Don't come here for me. I don't want you to come in if that's the only reason you're coming. Really, the only good reason to be here, for you to be here, is for you. Because you know it's right for you. Because you want to be well and to function at 100% for the rest of your life. That's the only reason you should be here. This report is to help you decide that. And that's what this is really all about. How do we get you to function at 100%? The answer, it's really all about this. Your brain. Your brain is your master computer. It's literally the source of all life, all health, all vitality in your body. For your body to function, for even just for it to be alive, there needs to be a continual connection to the brain. And so the fact of the matter is, for you to be at your best and to live life fully, we need to keep your brain and your body connected 100% of the time. And so where does that connection come from? Pretty simple, it's your spinal cord. Your spinal cord is literally the lifeline from your brain to every cell, every tissue, every organ in your body. For your body to function normally, for it to feel normally, for you to be fully alive, your brain needs to be continually connected through that spinal cord. It is your lifeline to every single part of your health and your function. So your spinal column, the bones in your back, literally protect the spinal cord, allowing your brain and your body to stay in perfect, healthy communication. So when we look at it from above, your brain sends life down through the cord, through each of the vertebrae, through what's called the spinal canal. And then off that spinal cord branch nerve roots going to every part of you, keeping things functioning normally and healthy. So if everything stays in normal, healthy alignment, those nerve pathways are wide open. If things shift out of proper alignment, what we call subluxation, it can really pinch or choke off those nerve roots or the cord and can affect the way your brain communicates and sends health and life to your body. And that can affect you in different ways. If there's pressure or choking on the nerves from subluxation in your upper spine, your neck, that affects nerves going from your shoulders to your arms, to your hands, to your fingers, and problems can result there. If there's misalignment or subluxation affecting your upper back, your thoracic spine, that can affect not just your shoulders, but your torso and your chest. And those also control areas like your heart, your lungs, and your stomach. Subluxations in the lower back can affect your pelvis, your legs, from your feet to your toes, as well as your lower abdominal organs. So we can plainly see that your body's health in its function and its vitality is literally dependent on your brain and spinal cord being connected to every part of you. So if we take a closer look at the spinal cord, what we'll notice is there's 3 different types of nerve fibers. There are motor nerves that control your muscles and your movement. There are autonomic nerves that control your organs. And then there's sensory nerves that control your feeling, pain, and sensations. The reality is when you look at these nerves, the sensory nerves are the smallest amount. In fact, only 10% of the nerves in your spinal cord control feeling. That means the other 90% of your nerves control functions, how you move, how you digest, how you breathe, the beating of your heart. And so what's more important then? Well, clearly, your function is way more important than your feeling. Do we want things to feel good? 100%, of course. But the reality is for you to live life fully, for you to experience vitality and life fully alive, we need your brain controlling the functions of your body through that spinal cord. And that, my friends, in my opinion, is the best reason to continue your chiropractic care. The sad reality is across Canada, people are the sickest they've ever been. You see, we've judged our health for years, for decades, based on how we feel. We feel like if we've got aches or pains or symptoms, we're sick, but if we feel good, we're healthy. So at all costs, we do whatever we can to feel good, thinking we're making ourselves healthy. Well, I can tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. It's an absolute lie. And this never-ending quest to always feel better has led us to be one of the most drug-dependent cultures in the world. Canadians spend $21.4 billion a year on prescription drugs. That's $60 million every single day, right across the country. But to put those numbers in perspective, that's the equivalent of 14 prescriptions a year for every man, woman, and child in Canada. 14 every single year for everyone. I mean, think about it for a second. Think about the healthiest people around you, the healthiest people you know. How many prescriptions do they take? And the sad reality is, while we're so obsessed with feeling better at all costs, we see our quality of life, our function, go down the toilet. We literally go from being a runner to a walker, to a slow walker, to eventually walking with a cane, a walker, and last thing on the chain is the wheelchair. And we think it's normal. Why? Because it's happening to just about everybody. Well, I'll tell you, gang, this is not normal. This is the outcome of the decisions we make throughout our lives. Health and function is a choice. We either choose it or we don't. Take a look at this quick video, which I believe really hits it home.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide. The average Canadian will spend their last 10 years in sickness. Change your future.
Wow, gosh, that's tough to watch, isn't it? Well, the good news is this. We get to choose which of those two guys we're going to be. Are we going to stay obsessed with how we feel? Or are we going to start to focus on optimizing our quality of life by making the choices, making the decisions, taking the steps it takes to get ourselves to functioning at our best? Eating healthy, great idea. Exercise, no-brainer. But for gosh sakes, gang, you got to keep your brain connected to your body. You got to keep the master controller, your power source, the source of your life, your health, your function, connected to every cell, every tissue, every organ you got. Does that make sense? And the research on this, on the benefits of this, are mind-blowing. Check some of this stuff out. Patients under consistent chiropractic care show significant improvements in their blood pressure. One study showed better results for chiropractic patients compared to people taking 2 high blood pressure medications combined. Improvements in heart rate variability, which says our body's much better able and capable of handling stress. Improved cholesterol numbers. One study showed people with stomach ulcers had healing 10 days faster than people that took ulcer medications. In athletes, things like improved performance, better agility, balance, power, and speed, and that's where so many elite athletes are turning to chiropractic care. Less time in the delivery room for expecting moms. Get this, 24 to 39% faster deliveries for moms under chiropractic care. That saves hours in the delivery room. The immune system changes. They're seeing patients under consistent chiropractic wellness care over a period of time show 2 to 4 times the immune capacity of people that have never been adjusted. Those results they've seen in studies looking at HIV positive patients where they've seen dramatic improvements in their immune cell counts. And then, of course, the research showing the brain and the power and the impact that your adjustments have on your brain is just mind-blowing. We're just at the forefront of that right now. But one thing, it's important to understand that your chiropractic care is not a treatment for any condition. It's a way to optimize the health and performance of your body. Talk about human performance. As I'm recording this, it's Super Bowl time once again. And this picture on the left-hand side you see here is Tom Brady, who is the winningest quarterback in NFL history. He's won 5 Super Bowl rings. And to his left-hand man is the team chiropractor for the New England Patriots, Dr. Mike Miller, who Brady credits to be his secret weapon in terms of his performance as a champion in the Super Bowl. And I love the quote by Brady on the bottom. He says, "As long as I see the chiropractor, I feel like I'm one step ahead of the game." So my question to you is, what is your game? What do you need to be at your very best for? Think about that. How long do we want to be on top of our game? You see, whether you look at it biblically or you look at it scientifically, they say the human body is designed to last 120 to 150 years. And when I say that to most people, I get this look of horror. They say to me, "Dr. Mark, I wouldn't want to live that long." Why is that? Well, I'll tell you why that is. Because we look around us as we see people getting older, we see their quality of life going down the tubes. We see them living their later years dependent on others in chronic care facilities and nursing homes. I mean, really, do you think any of those people sitting there in those chairs actually planned to spend their last months, or if they're lucky, maybe year or 2 of life, sitting there? I'll tell you, nobody plans for that. Yet sadly, so many people end up there because they didn't have a plan for something better. Or maybe if they did have a plan, they didn't have a strategy to get there. Well, I've got good news for you. It doesn't have to be like that. Your future, your health is your choice. And so I'm asking you right now, where do you see yourself 20, 30, for some of you 40 years from now? Do you want to just accept whatever's going to happen? Or do you want to have a plan for an active, vibrant, healthy future? For you, maybe that's playing golf 3 times a week. Maybe that's riding your bike or still skiing. Maybe for you that's keeping up with your grandkids or your great-grandkids, or even better, having them trying to keep up with you. That's the kind of future I'm talking about. So if we want to be as healthy as we possibly can be for the rest of our life, we have to have a plan in place. And every bit as important as having a plan, you have to have a strategy to be able to get there. So for sure, eat healthy. You are what you eat. It's 100% true. Exercise, be active. I'm not going to tell you for a second. It's true. You use it or you lose it. And more important than both of those, in my opinion, is you have to take care of the one system that runs your entire body, your brain and your spinal cord. It's literally your lifeline. You only get one shot at this. And so watching this right now, I know some of you have been here for maybe a year or 2, some of you for a decade or 2. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, it's my honor and privilege to be your chiropractor. God bless you. Stay well and healthy for life.